Welcome to News Today with Universal Parks News Today. I'm Eric Morton, and here's the news for April 3rd, 2023. Quick note, Tom Corliss is in Japan for the next 3 weeks, so plan to see myself and maybe some other members of the team for a few weeks while Tom has fun going to Universal in Osaka, and I'm sure all the Disney parks and whatever else he's up to in Japan. Let's check out the news. The E.T. Adventure is one of the most popular attractions at Universal Studios Florida and has been getting some much-needed updates recently. Unfortunately, the latest update we're not really big on anyway is the removal of the small forest at the exit of the attraction. This area is starting to look a lot different now. It's deforestation at the E.T. Adventure. The trees and planters at the exit of the E.T. Adventure are gone. The open area is now designated for stroller parking. You got that right, stroller parking. The trees in the area added a lot of beauty to the attraction, we thought, so we will miss them. Woody Woodpecker's Kids Zone at Universal Studios Florida closed earlier this year to make room for something new. The E.T. Adventure was not affected by the closure, but we can see some of the changes starting to creep closer in towards E.T. Adventure. Planters and seating were removed from the area, followed by construction walls going up in between the restrooms and E.T.'s toy closet. The walls have come down now, revealing fresh new pavement. The E.T. Adventure forest, well, that smell is kind of iconic. It feels slightly off to have the trees removed from the attraction. But, I don't know, tell us what you think. Maybe we're wrong. Tell us what you think in the comments. In the future, Illumination Avenue at Universal Studios Florida, the VillainCon Minion Blast marquee sign has been seemingly completed, and one wall of Transformers The Ride has been painted bright blue. VillainCon Minion Blast is the second Minion-related ride for Universal Studios Florida, across from Despicable Me Minion Mayhem. It replaces Shrek 4D, which closed January of 2022. Crews had been adding the orange letters of VillainCon to the attraction's entrance, and a few days ago the letters were covered with black tarps. Now the bright orange VillainCon letters have been unveiled, thus completing the attraction's marquee sign. While most of the soundstage has remained yellow, the overhang around the bottom of the building is now bright orange with black trim. The yellow sides of the building were repainted early on in that construction. Small lights are on the overhang. They point down at posters. The Evil Stuff sign was installed last week, pointing to the attraction store. It's directly across from Despicable Me Minion Mayhem's Super Silly Stuff store. VillainCon Minion Blast will anchor the new Illumination Avenue, which takes over a significant portion of Production Central. And maybe you think you're ready to see if you have what it takes to become the newest member of the Vicious Six. Well, if you're looking forward to the opening of VillainCon Minion Blast, we seem to be getting even closer with the sign being completed. And of course, now the building that will house the new attraction has been labeled as Soundstage V. The soundstage was previously Soundstage 4D when it hosted Shrek 4D, as you know. And now it's become Soundstage V. Sounds pretty villainous, right? The back of the building is then labeled as Soundstage 40. You don't know about that. Along the front of the building, facing Despicable Me Minion Mayhem, we can see an outline of what will most likely be VillainCon posters. We've spotted a few of the Q posters over the construction walls, and there are new billboards along the side of the building. So we're excited to see what is added to the front of the soundstage. Illumination's VillainCon Minion Blast looks nearly finished, but no opening date has yet been announced. At this time anyway, be sure to stay tuned to Universal Parks News Today for more construction updates and details on the opening of VillainCon Minion Blast. Did you know there's a way you can save big at Disney Deluxe Resorts? One of today's show sponsors, DVC Rental Store, is a great way for you to plan a luxury Disney vacation on a modest budget. You don't need to sign up for a full DVC contract, but instead they will allow you to rent the points you need for a magical stay. Really is the best way to stay deluxe at a fraction of the cost. And now, thanks to their lowest price guarantee offer, you will always have this best price on the market. The rooms are discounted up to 75%, and they have the largest member inventory for points, so lots to choose from. You can search their availability for free right now, which is really actually not something that all the rental companies offer. And if you do choose to book, they have a great cancellation policy and a low down payment. DVC Rental Store is the #1 DVC rental company in the U.S. and one that we have used many times before. We had a great experience with them before, and we even made a partnership with them now, so we definitely recommend them if you are looking to rent points for your next Disney Vacation. Head over to our description to check out the link. Get ready for hot Minion summer. Universal Studios Florida is getting a new Minion Cafe and VillainCon Minion Blast attraction this summer. We've said Minion Blast a lot. So if you love Minions, you're in the right place. This furry brown ear headband has a pair of button eyes and a little black nose for Tim's face. It can be yours for $18. These headbands were spotted at the Universal Studios store in CityWalk and Super Silly Stuff in Universal Studios Florida. Universal Studios Japan has a huge selection of character headbands, and this is something we've actually seen before in Osaka, and now we get it right here in Florida. The Brown Derby Hat Shop has reopened at Universal Studios Florida, but it's not selling hats. The last time the Brown Derby Hat Shop was open, it was used as a temporary prop shop, much like the former Williams of Hollywood location, which closed last year. Now the Brown Derby Hat Shop has reopened with a new look inside. Let's take a look around. The store carries apparel in youth sizes, plus accessories and toys. A Hello Kitty display sits front and center. Despicable Me and E.T. merchandise is also available. Cutouts featuring E.T. and the Minions are above the shelves. A one-eyed Minion and a unicorn onesie is seen next to Agnes and a fluffy unicorn plush. E.T. is next to a miniature version of his spaceship, Rockin' Ned hoodie. The Secret Life of Pets merchandise is here as well after being removed from Super Silly Fun Stuff. Other merchandise includes The Simpsons and Trolls. A few other IPs are also available. This update isn't quite as exciting as the temporary prop shop was maybe, but it's still better than nothing at all. Though Universal's Mardi Gras International Flavors of Carnival last through April 16th, the Universal's Islands of Adventure and CityWalk Mardi Gras booths are now gone. This was the first year there were Mardi Gras booths at Universal's Islands of Adventure and CityWalk. Port of entry in Universal's Islands of Adventure was home to the Mardi Gras hits and Mardi Gras desserts booths. At CityWalk, guests could enjoy the taste of the Mediterranean and booths with cauliflower, dirty rice, crawfish etouffee, shrimp and grits, and yakimein. Food booths at Universal Studios Florida are still open and available to enjoy the next 2 weeks. It's just these locations that have closed. A new fruit sign has been installed at the Marvel Superhero Island fruit stand. The quick service stand is located in Universal's Islands of Adventure. While similar in appearance to the old sign, the new sign has brighter, bolder colors that are no longer looking, well, tired or sun-faded. Iron Man, Thor, and the Hulk, of course, they're excited about fruit. Who isn't? This quick service stand offers a variety of fresh fruit, fruit cups, fountain drinks, and alcoholic beverages. I didn't know about that one, or I might have been there more often. Guests can also purchase a refillable Coca-Cola Freestyle mug here. The refillable mug, it's a program offered by Universal Orlando Resort. It requires a guest purchase a refillable mug for use on that day only. Florida residents can now enjoy 3 days at Universal Orlando Resort for the price of one. Universal Orlando's newest offer for Florida residents is available now and can be used on non-consecutive days until the offer expires on September 29th, 2023. The special Florida resident offer grants admission to both Universal Studios Florida and Universal's Islands of Adventure. Although Universal Orlando is also home to Volcano Bay, well, unfortunately, it is excluded from this deal. The 3-for-1 offer is being advertised as buy a day, get 2 days free on a 2-park, 1-day park-to-park ticket. Starts at $164 and ranges in price depending on the dates you select. The tickets must be purchased in advance online, cannot be purchased at the front gate. It's important to note that in order to purchase these tickets, you'll need one of the following items: a valid Florida driver's license, valid Florida issued state ID or government issued ID with Florida address, valid Florida voter registration card with corresponding photo ID, a valid college ID from a Florida college or university. Universal Destinations and Experiences has filed several trademarks recently, potentially for Epic Universe attractions. Epic Universe will be a new park, of course, at Universal Orlando Resort, and is expected to open in summer of 2025. Though only Super Nintendo World has been confirmed, rumored lands include a Universal Classic Monsters Land, How to Train Your Dragon Land, and a third, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. Orlando Business Journal shared the list of new trademarks Universal filed with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. They're mostly for Universal Classic Monsters and How to Train Your Dragon. Dark Universe, Orlando Business Journal notes that Dark Universe was a canceled series of Universal Monsters movies. This could be the name of almost anything, really, including the official title of the land. Curse of the Werewolf, perhaps a Universal Monsters attraction. The Oak and Star Tavern, likely a restaurant. How to Train Your Dragon, we're going to have the How to Train Your Dragon Isle of Berk. This could be the official name of the land. The Untrainable Dragon. Well, Universal Studios Beijing has a How to Train Your Dragon stage show called Untrainable, and a stage is under construction in the rumored Epic Universe land. Hiccup's Wing Gliders. This could be the name of the How to Train Your Dragon roller coaster. Fire Drill. This could also be an attraction, a water ride perhaps. Dragon Racers Rally, maybe the name of another How to Train Your Dragon attraction. A few other things. Starfall Racers, this is almost certainly the name of the park's dual racing coaster. Constellation Carousel, a carousel is pictured near the center of the park in concept art. Of course, just because Universal filed the trademarks doesn't mean they have to use these names. As always, things could change in the future. Assuming that the rumors are true, Super Nintendo World is there at the bottom left. Classic Monsters is at the top left. The Wizarding World of Harry Potter is at top right. And How to Train Your Dragon is at the bottom right. The dual racing coaster is between the Wizarding World of Harry Potter and How to Train Your Dragon, but not really part of either land as far as we can tell. The Wizarding World of Harry Potter will be inspired by Place Cachée, the Parisian version of Diagon Alley seen in Fantastic Beasts and the Crimes of Grindelwald. Construction photos reveal a version Port Saint-Denis, an arched gateway built in the late 1300s in Paris. The Wizarding World ride, however, will transport guests to the UK Ministry of Magic. Super Nintendo World will open with the Mario Kart and Yoshi's Adventure rides. Those are the same ones at Universal Studios Japan, as well as a Donkey Kong roller coaster. Guests will enter through a green warp pipe into the enclosed land, just like in Japan and Universal Studios Hollywood. Epic Universe will also have an in-park hotel, at least according to the concept art. The hotels did not want to be outdone here, by the way. Universal Destinations and Experiences have filed trademarks for the names of 3 new Epic Universe hotels that no longer use the standard possessive apostrophe of other Universal Orlando Resort hotels. Apostrophes are big catching points there with Disney fans now. Now Universal is going to deal with it too. Twitter user at CygnusParkYT seems to be the first to notice the trademarks and the change. These 3 resort hotels would be connected to or near Epic Universe. The hotel names are Universal Helios Grand Hotel, Universal Stella Nova Resort, and Universal Terra Luna Resort. You compare the names of current Universal Orlando Resort hotels like Universal's Aventura with the apostrophe there, and Universal's Cabana Bay Beach Resort, and so on and so forth. Again, just because Universal filed the trademarks does not mean they have to use these names. As always, things could change in the future. We discussed in the last story several other trademarks for the Epic Universe attractions. Among those attraction trademarks, though, is noteworthy are the names Starfall Racers and Constellation Carousel. They would presumably not be based on any IP. Alongside the new hotel names, though, it seems Epic Universe will have maybe some sort of astronomical theme. Helios is the Greek sun god, while Stella Nova refers to sudden burst in brightness from a star, and Terra Luna refers to the Earth and the Moon. One of these will be directly connected to the park. We don't know which one, but you can see it right there in the concept art. You can support the entire team behind this show and others by joining the WWNT Interglobe Society, patreon.com/WWNT. Get access to exclusive content, discounted show and event tickets, and more. Special shout out to all those WIGS members watching who make this show happen every week. For more information on these stories and more, head on over to universalparksnewstoday.com. If you're enjoying the show, be sure to like this video, subscribe to Universal Parks News Today on YouTube for more great content, click the bell for notifications, and be sure to hit select all notifications so you never miss an episode of News Today with Universal Parks News Today. For UP&T, this is Eric Morton saying, the future is whatever you make it, so make it a good one.